So before I left Tucson, I was in a band with an old friend of mine from back in the day, and Ross was a bass player, and we'd known each other for years, from playing in different bands and jamming together and little things. And anyway, we had hooked up. I was working at this remodeling company, and this young guy started. Well, he called my friend his uncle. He said, "Yeah, man, my Uncle Ross said he wants to jam," because we kept talking about it. And anyway, we ended up hooking up, and his son was, I think at the time his son was probably 16 or 17. And, oh yeah, see, you can already see my hair receding. I should have paid the artist to fill that in a little bit, give me a year or so. Anyway, so we started jamming together, and in the first time in, years, I was jamming for fun, and it had nothing to do with, trying to make a record or get signed, quote unquote, was always the funny thing. Anyway, we did it for fun, and at first, me and his dad were kind of veterans, and we've been doing it for 20-something years, playing and stuff, and so the kid was just trying to keep up, and it was fun to watch him because he had a really positive attitude, and it was just fun, and anyway, the kid played like 8 hours a day on the guitar, and pretty soon he was lick for lick Metallica songs, and going from there, and his speed and dynamics and everything was great. And the kid, he didn't smoke and he didn't drink, and he graduated from high school, and I mean, he was doing everything that we never did. And anyway, we just had so much fun, and we had played this Battle of the Bands thing, and we had written all original music for it and stuff, and we were pretty tight, and anyway, we went to play this gig, and me and his dad were just having a night. When you play music, sometimes you can't hear well, sometimes this, that, and the other thing, your timing's off, whatever the deal is. Well, my timing. Anyway, we had a great night, and it was the kid's first night on stage, and it really was cool, man. And me and Ross were looking at Ross Jr., and we just had smiles on our faces, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, when you play music, to me, it's like a religious experience, you know what I mean? And it was awesome to see the kid up there just tearing up the leads, and me and his dad bringing up the rear, like, like it was an everyday deal. And it was a great time. So, let's fast forward down the road a little while. Ross got cancer from asbestos, and at the same time, I had just lost my mom from cancer, and it just wiped me out, and it's not like that's the only thing that happened, but I was sitting there, and I'm looking at that picture of my friend Milo, and he's rocking some bongos, so it looked pretty cool. It looked like he was having a blast. And that's one of the weird things with me, is my timing, I'm a drummer, and I worked for years on my timing, on every corner of my body, And in the drum department, I got the timing issue, but in the life department, my timing's off, whether it be I'm in the wrong era, or I don't know. When I got into YouTube Garage, or YouTube Community, they were going through the hostile Google takeover, and so it was really hard to kind of join in to the old YouTube. I was coming in right at a weird spot, and everybody was pissed off, and um, Greg Porter gave me a shout out and kind of got me rolling, and people started talking to me, and Milo was one of them people. And not too long ago, I did a video called the Lonely Sea Otters. If you want to go back and look at that one, my wife was pretty sick at the time, and I'll be honest with you, I was kind of at my wit's end, you know what I mean? Because just the luck department hasn't been around. Anyway, I get this reply from, it was right before I made that video, I got this reply from Milo, and it was Grateful Dead song. I think it was Uncle John's Cabin or something like that. And it just put me back to an old time, you know what I mean? And it was the weird thing because somehow Milo could read me, and that's not an easy thing to do for me. To get beyond my pissed offness and my whatever I look like nowadays, and kind of read me for what I am inside, you know what I mean? But again, I'm always seem to be on the timing department a little off there, I feel pretty lucky that I did get to meet him and talk with him a little bit, at least on our little comments, You read a comment from somebody and it's like 3 words or 4 words or a couple words, or whatever. Even if it's 1 word, it's like, at least it's like, hey, cool, I know you're there, you know what I mean? It was always cool to hear from him, and I, to be honest with you, when I first started YouTube, I felt pretty, it was like, oh, the heavy hitters are talking to me, you know what I mean? And I mean, basically, we're all just dudes, you know what I mean? But he had a great philosophy, and he could read right through me in like a book, and I thought that was a little scary to me. But when he sent me that song, it just kind of totally took me out of the gloom I was in and put me in a spot way better, and I really appreciated him doing that. And it's almost like he could just sense the fuse going off in me, and I had told him, I've got a bunch of broken teeth, and I don't know, it's the weirdest thing when you get older in life. Sometimes you develop phobias. You're not as strong as you used to be. And doctors and dentists, no offense, Bruce, but they just scare the shit out of me. And, I got a lot of loose ends on myself. I'm just trying to keep my machine rolling. And he never commented on it because he knew that he was probably in the same boat I was. Procrastinate and blow shit off until you have no choice, and then you gotta go face the music, you know what I mean? I'm gonna really miss him. I could count off names and names of really great people that I know that are no longer around, and taking you on, you know what I mean? And when you see these pieces of shit that just live forever, it really, I don't know, it's hard to stay objective when you got all that going on. But anyway, a little piece of the color in my life is gone now. Like Milo always said, do the right thing, and that I think about that all the time, and I'm gonna really miss the dude. So, like Darren said, turn the camera on, I was trying to talk to Darren. I was telling him that, when I first started doing YouTube, I felt like it's here for some important reason, I should be utilizing it somehow. And I don't know, hopefully I'm reaching out to somebody that maybe can interpret whatever it is I'm saying. So we'll catch you guys later, and do the right thing. We got big shoes to fill, and it's just what we got to do.